A woman I know, she is a corporate attorney, made partner at 38, one of the most put-together women I have ever met, walked into a dinner last spring and lost the room before she said a word. She did not know it. She finished the evening, said her goodbyes, sent her follow-up emails the next morning. But I was there, and I watched what happened in the first 30 seconds she walked through that door. The pace was wrong. The eyes were wrong. The energy was unsettled, searching, and the people already in that room registered it the way people always register these things, unconsciously, immediately, and permanently. 3 weeks later, a deal she had been cultivating for months went to someone else. She called me, and I said, "The evening was decided before you sat down." What most women do not understand is that a first impression is not built in a conversation. It is built in a walk. It is built in a glance. It is built in the 3 seconds before you open your mouth. And in most rooms, by the time you do, the judgment has already been made. A study from Princeton University found that people form stable impressions of competence, trustworthiness, and likability within the first 100 milliseconds of seeing someone. Not minutes, milliseconds. Your entrance is your argument, and most women are making arguments they do not know they are losing. Today, I am going to give you 12 specific habits, not suggestions, not encouragement, the precise, observable behaviors that separate women who command rooms from women who simply occupy them. And before we get into today's matter, I have something for you. Before we go into the details of today's video, I have a free gift for you. It's something I know you'd appreciate. I have read a lot of comments from some of you asking for this, and I decided to build a checklist around it. It is called the Elegant Morning Routine Checklist, 12 rituals of women who are timeless, healthy, and undeniable after 40. It is the morning architecture that puts everything I described today into daily practice. Cortisol protection, protein-first nutrition, movement, silence, grooming standards, and the identity rituals that make all of it sustainable. Every page is a deliberate act of self-respect. See the first link in the description below to grab it right now for free, or scan the QR code on your screen if you're watching on TV. When you do get it, remember to email me your feedback about your takeaway from it. I love to read those emails. Now let's get into today's. Habit 1, the entry pace. The first signal is not visual, it is kinetic. It is the speed at which you move. Most women enter a room carrying urgency, the pace of someone who has somewhere to be, who is running behind, who is slightly anxious about whether they are welcome. That energy broadcasts before your face does. The women I have watched command rooms enter at approximately 70% of the pace they arrived at the door. There is a perceptible, deliberate deceleration, not theatrical, not slow, simply unhurried. It signals, I am not in pursuit of anything in this room. I belong here. Practice this in any space. The moment you reach a threshold, a restaurant, a boardroom, a dinner party, take one breath and reduce your pace. That breath is invisible. What it produces is not. Habit 2, the directional choice. Where you look first in a room is the second signal. Most people scan immediately, eyes moving quickly, looking for a familiar face, an exit, something to anchor them. This registers as social anxiety, even when it is not. The women who own rooms do not scan. They select a fixed point, a central feature, a person, a table, and they move toward it with directionality. One decision, one line of movement. The room reads it as certainty, and certainty in social environments is a form of status. Habit 3, the eye contact standard. Here is what I have spent 15 years watching. Women who command rooms do not give everyone the same quality of eye contact. They give full attention, and then they release it. The mistake most women make is one of two extremes. Either they break too quickly, which reads as deference, as apology, as insecurity, or they hold too long, which crosses into challenge and creates discomfort. A study out of Cornell University found that the eye contact range perceived as most confident and trustworthy sits between 3 and 5 seconds of sustained eye contact during conversation, held warmly, broken by looking slightly to the side, not down. Down is submission, side is thought. The distinction is not minor. Practice the side break. It reads as intelligence. Down reads as uncertainty. Habit 4, the quality of attention. The fourth habit is related to the third, but it is about what your attention communicates when you give it. A venture capitalist in my network, a woman who has sat in more pitches than most people have had dinners, told me something I have never forgotten. She said, "The most powerful thing in any room is to make someone feel they are the only person in it, and then withdraw it gracefully." That is the elegant standard for attention. When you are speaking with someone, your phone does not exist. Your awareness of the room does not exist. That person is the event. The withdrawal, when it is time to move, is done warmly and with completion. I want to continue this, or I'll find you before the evening's over. You leave them more than when you arrived. Habit 5. The voice pace. Women over 40 unknowingly diminish their authority in one of the most specific and correctable ways. They speak too quickly under social pressure. Speed is the voice's apology. It signals that you are not sure you are worth the time it takes to be heard, so you compress yourself to take up less of it. The correction is deliberate and physical. Before speaking in any elevated social context, pause for 1 full second after being asked a question. 1 second of silence, where most women rush to fill. That pause does not read as hesitation. It reads as composure. It reads as someone who has had this question before and is deciding which part of her answer is worth your time. Speak at approximately 80% of your instinctive pace in social settings where your authority matters. Slow enough to be deliberate, never slow enough to be effortful, which is exactly what the Undeniable's complete system covers in detail. 7 complete guides: identity, presence, first impressions, social mastery, wellness, standards, and your morning ritual. Everything the most elegant, vital, and undeniable version of you need, built into one system for less than a dinner out. It's linked in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen. Habit 6. The volume calibration. The 6th signal is volume. Specifically, the habit of raising volume at the end of statements, which turns every sentence into a question. This is called upward inflection, and it is pervasive among women in professional and social settings. It is a trained-in survival mechanism, a way of making statements feel less confrontational, less definitive. It costs authority every time it is used. Practice ending your sentences with a slight downward note on the final word. Not theatrical, not aggressive, simply finished. A statement that ends like a statement is a statement. A statement that ends like a question is a request for permission. You are not asking for permission. Habit 7. The age premium entry. For women over 45, there is a specific and rarely discussed shift available, and most women do the opposite of it. What most women do at 45 plus in social settings is subconsciously perform youth. Faster pace, higher energy, more self-deprecating humor, more volunteering of information before it is asked. These are the behaviors of someone auditioning for relevance. The women I have watched flip the dynamic entirely. They enter more slowly, not less. They speak last in group settings, not first. They ask questions more than they answer them. And when they do answer, they are specific, they are unhurried, and they do not elaborate beyond what is necessary. Age, performed as authority, reads as authority. Age, performed as apology, reads as apology. Habit 8. The earned credibility signal. The 8th habit is the habit of referencing, not boasting. Women who have built real careers, raised families, navigated complexity, and come through difficulty have earned something that younger women are still accumulating. But the way that earned authority communicates itself is not through its announcement. It communicates through the specificity of what you say. A woman who says, "I think this approach might work," and a woman who says, "In 2019, I navigated a restructure of this exact kind. The thing that mattered most was," are not the same signal. The second is not louder, but it is undeniable. Reference your experience as evidence, not as biography. Habit 9. The exit architecture. Here's where most women leave value on the table, literally. Most women exit rooms the way they entered them, unplanned, slightly rushed, trailing the last conversation behind them. The exit is an afterthought, and the afterthought is what the room remembers. Women who are remembered long after an event leave with intention. They make a minimum of 2 direct personal closings, not "it was lovely, goodbye to everyone," but specific individual completions. "This conversation was worth the evening. I want to think about what you said. I'll send you something by Thursday." The exit is the final impression. It should be designed. Habit 10. The follow-through. Within 24 hours of any significant social event, the women I know who build lasting reputations for presence send one specific communication. Not a mass message. Not a general, "Great to see everyone." One message to one person, referencing one specific thing from the conversation. "You mentioned you were navigating something with your board structure. I came across something this morning that may be relevant." Sending it now. That communication does not take 5 minutes to write, but it signals something that takes years to build. The proof that when you were in conversation, you were actually present. A study from Harvard Business School on professional relationship maintenance found that specificity in follow-up communication was the single most significant differentiator between people who were remembered as significant and people who were remembered as pleasant. Pleasant is not the standard we are working toward. Habit 11, the scent signal. Fragrance is a first impression that enters a room before you do and remains after you leave. This is not about wearing perfume. It is about wearing the right amount, the right formulation, and understanding that your fragrance should never announce itself. It should be discovered, close enough to require proximity, which is itself an elegant form of intimacy. The standard: 1 spray at the décolletage, 1 at the inner wrist. Applied 30 minutes before you leave, never reapplied during an event. The women who remain in memory often have a signature fragrance that becomes inseparable from how people experience them. Habit 12. The composed departure. The final habit is the one that seals everything, and it is not a behavior, it is a decision made before you walk in. Every room you enter knowing how you intend to leave it. Not anxiously, not with a strategy, with a decision. I will leave this room having given more than I took. I will leave the people I spoke with better for having spoken with me. That decision is invisible, but it governs everything. The pace, the attention, the voice, the follow-through. It is the architecture beneath the habits. A woman who has made that decision does not need to perform elegance. She simply produces it. Every habit in this list connects back to one principle. The women who command rooms have internalized the understanding that every behavior is a signal. Your pace signals whether you belong. Your eye contact signals whether you can be trusted. Your voice signals whether you respect your own time. Your exit signals whether you are someone worth knowing. These habits do not just change how people see you, they change how you see yourself. And once you understand what people are actually reading, you cannot unknow it. That is the beginning of becoming undeniable. The Undeniables Complete System covers this in complete detail, a blueprint for habits, presence, wellness, and longevity science for women who are decided about how they age. Linked in the description below, or scan the QR code on your screen. You already know what it feels like to walk into a room and not quite own it. You will not forget this video. And next time you walk through that door, you will remember. The next video we are releasing is one I have been sitting on for months because I wanted to get it right. It is about the specific grooming signals that quietly communicate your background in elite rooms and the ones most women get wrong without knowing it. Subscribe and make sure you have the bell turned on. The women who show up to this channel consistently are the ones who actually change. I'll see you in the next one. Isabel.